a remarkable channeled text offering a complex tapestry of spiritual insights, the Law of One, also known as the raw material, has emerged. It all boils down to a 106 question and answer session, a one-of-a-kind and fascinating exchange that took place between a team of committed UFO researchers and the mysterious Ra. Going well beyond the usual, this meeting probed deep into philosophical and spiritual questions rather than extraterrestrial technology. Contrary to what one might expect from individuals studying UFOs, the researchers behind this cosmic investigation did not set out to discover top-secret technological information. Rather, they wanted to understand the mysterious beings so they could grasp the deep spirituality and wisdom they possessed. These pioneers took a detour from the common route, delving instead into the ineffable development of consciousness and densities in an era fixated on the physical and material. By looking at the development of consciousness across 7 densities, the Law of One offers an interesting framework. In order to make sense of the winding road leading to oneness with the Creator, it is helpful to think of each density as a different level of consciousness. The first density, pure existence, marks the beginning of the journey. The 5 elements, earth, space, air, fire, and water, are combined to form beings in this universe. The domain of basic components is this. Consciousness changes to welcome expansion and motion as we enter the second density. At this point in their development, entities can mimic the behavior of domesticated animals by moving around and interacting with their surroundings. As consciousness of one's own identity develops, a dramatic change occurs at the third density. During this time, people begin to form their unique identities, think about the past and the future, and experience their first fears. Denser light allows consciousness more room to manifest, and light is the medium through which consciousness first emerges. The fourth density is commonly thought of as the realm of harmony and love. When things cooperate well, evolution happens more quickly, and this density is where consciousness starts to assemble. Discovering this density, which is associated with the heart chakra, is essential for reaching enlightenment. The 5th and 6th densities are the next stops on the journey. They are each associated with a different set of chakras and rays. Density 5 is associated with the 3rd eye chakra and indigo ray, and Density 6 with the throat chakra and blue ray. These densities are not separate, but rather blend and overlap with one another as awareness develops. In the 7th density, at the very edge of becoming one with the Creator, beings reach the pinnacle of their spiritual journey. They exemplify the pinnacle of consciousness evolution and exist in a condition of deep connection. These densities are not isolated entities, but rather aspects of a single developing awareness, and the Law of One emphasizes the relative fluidity of this progression. As we progress toward unity consciousness, humanity weaves a complicated tapestry of experience and evolution through these densities. The cosmos assumes a far more complex and significant role within the deep philosophy of the Law of One, going beyond being a simple expanse of stars, planets, and galaxies. In this view, the cosmos serves as a cosmic laboratory, a testing ground where the one infinite Creator can learn more about itself through various experiences. Because of this idea, we now see the cosmos in a whole new light, one that is filled with meaning and purpose. According to this model, the Creator's experiment requires the participation of every part of the cosmos, from the largest stars to the tiniest particles. The story is unfolding across innumerable dimensions, and every sentient being, from the most sophisticated civilizations to the most primitive life forms, has a special and distinct role to play. The cosmos is a reflection of the Creator's character, allowing us to reflect on its limitless curiosity and the infinite possibilities it seeks to discover about itself. In the Law of One school of thought, there are various ways of looking at the idea of suffering. Some have compared it to the Hindu idea of Leela, which holds that the cosmos is a joyful manifestation of the one infinite creator. When seen from this angle, suffering is not something separate from the rest of life, but rather a thread in the fabric of reality. There is an abundance of variety in the cosmos because the Creator is always open to new possibilities. But there's also the view that says pain is inevitable in a universe that's trying to show us all its limitless potential. It argues that the only way for diversity to show itself is for all parts of life, including suffering, to be heard. According to this view, pain is an integral part of God's creative plan, not an imperfection or a disruption of the cosmos. Through its examination of pain, the Law of One invites readers to ponder the deep meaning of life. Instead of seeing hardship as something separate from the human experience, people are encouraged to see it as a necessary component of the universal journey. From this mysterious vantage point, pain becomes more meaningful, prompting us to consider how the one infinite Creator is best understood through the complex dance of positive and negative experiences, progress, and setbacks. The Law of One's investigation of pain is predicated on our present condition of being, the third density. The veil of forgetfulness and the experience of pain define this density, which in turn safeguards free will and personal autonomy. A genuine choice between a life based on love and unity and one based on separation is available to each person through the veil of forgetting. It plants the seeds for people to delve into the mysteries of life, face their fears, and in the end, make authentic decisions that help them develop spiritually. In the Law of One's perspective, the veil of forgetting is a crucial concept. When people enter this life on earth, they do so empty-handed, having forgotten all about their previous incarnations. Each soul is able to make decisions free from the weight of their past experiences when they wear this veil, which protects their free will and the genuineness of their choices. Because the veil makes people feel so cut off from their authentic spiritual selves, it often leads them on a path of introspection and awakening. Integral to the human condition is the idea of spiritual balance, which is introduced in the Law of One's philosophical framework. The core idea here is being cognizant of any discordance within the energy centers called chakras. The 7 chakras represent different facets of human life, from the base chakra, which is responsible for one's physical and sexual well-being, to the top chakra, which is responsible for one's connection with the divine. Individual development and enlightenment depend on one's capacity to tune into these imbalances and rectify them via compassion, understanding, and self-awareness. An essential feature of reality, according to the Law of One, is free will, a divine gift that gives us autonomy, and the ability to shape our lives is the ability to make choices within a set of parameters. According to this view, people live their lives just like algorithms, guiding themselves toward their goals and aspirations through the decisions they make. Conversely, karma is depicted as a part of the universal algorithm that makes sure people feel the repercussions of their actions. It helps sentient beings learn and evolve, while also restoring cosmic equilibrium as a correction mechanism. The concept of karma is portrayed as a non-punitive, natural, and unbiased means by which people get insight into how their actions relate to their spiritual journey. The intricate dance between free will and karma is central to the Law of One philosophy. People are able to make decisions because of their free will, influencing the path of their spiritual growth through life's events. Opportunities for learning and development arise as a result of karmic consequences caused by these choices. Each decision has the power to lead one's spiritual path in a positive or negative direction. Thus, the philosophy urges people to appreciate the weight of their choices. The Kundalini Awakening and the spiritual principles presented in the Law of One are inseparable. The human nervous system is the setting for this neurobiological process, which does not occur at random. On the contrary, it is the end product of an elevated state of consciousness that has been attained via a specific amount of spiritual devotion and work. Although Kundalini Awakening has the ability to bring about deep personal growth and enlightenment, it should not be approached carelessly, as it can cause obstacles and problems if not handled correctly. The Law of One holds that Kundalini Awakening can be seen as a portal through which one can comprehend the oneness of the cosmos and one's place in it. This realization has been around for a long time, having shown up in people for a long time. As a whole, it stands for a quantum leap in human awareness, a change in the fundamental nature of neurobiology. At the base of the spine, symbolized by a coiled serpent, lies the dormant Kundalini energy that, once awakened, flows freely. Once activated, it travels up the spinal column, past the brain, and into the digestive tract. This metaphysical journey represents the elevation of consciousness from the base chakras to the crown chakras, and it is not just a physical one. At its peak, the energy that arises during a Kundalini awakening is 5 times stronger than the energy that exists at our present third density. Therefore, being well prepared and ready is essential. If you want your nervous system to be ready to deal with this amplified energy, meditation is a must-do. This reawakening, drawing analogies to the Law of One, is like the need for preparation when channeling the energy of a being of higher density. Individuals beginning the Kundalini journey must be adequately prepared to manage this transformative energy flow, similar to how one must be ready to receive a master's energy in channeling. Although depicted as an individual journey, the Kundalini awakening is actually related to the larger ideas of oneness and unity presented in the Law of One. As a material representation of the individual's link to the larger cosmic awareness, it represents the possibility that humans can rise beyond their limitations and achieve enlightenment. The Law of One teaches its adherents to keep an eye out for recurring themes in both their personal lives and the world at large. Beyond the scope of any one person's beliefs or point of view, these patterns frequently manifest as synchronicities, coincidences, or repetitions. Recognizing and reflecting on these patterns leads to a more profound comprehension of the fundamental harmony and coherence in the cosmos. Beyond narrow perspectives, this acknowledgement cultivates a feeling of interdependence and commonality. This is how pattern recognition can help us become more self-aware and reveal previously unknown facts about the universe. The core principles of the Law of One school of thought are truth and purpose. It stresses the significance of not being dogmatically committed to one's beliefs, but rather keeping one's mind open to different possibilities of truth. According to this school of thought, spirituality is an ongoing effort to rectify erroneous assumptions about reality. Over time, people can bring their understanding into harmony with higher truths by embracing reality with humility and a readiness to adapt. Finally, according to the Law of One, loving one another is the same as living a good life. Understanding one's place in the universe and the one infinite creator is life's pinnacle goal. This view encourages people to go within, where they can discover and change themselves, because finding meaning and truth is a never-ending process that defies categorization and narrow interpretation.